Oh, I was so hoping that they keep talking. That would have been even more fun. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 22 panels, where the die group has been ready to go probably for half an hour, but Phil and I have been babbling about stuff. So I mean, I think die or Phil's been ready to go too, but I've been babbling and he falls into babbling with me. Peter's been bored, and Jonathan's just good at zoning us out and doing his own thing, which I kind of envy him for. I always have. I was really always impressed in our long ass staff meetings or manager meetings at how well you were able to just like sit silently and zone everything out rather than like whatever. I
Freedom
never
of
figured out
Yeah,
how
that's
to do that.
enviable, actually. I mean, I think I can do that for like my own work meetings too, and you know, that's fair. But
Yeah. So, but
which isn't
anyway,
always a good thing for me because then all of a sudden they're like, Peter, blah 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 blah, and I'm like,
but
You're in a
so,
completely
so
world
yeah,
entirely.
no, we're gonna give up on 22
now I
panels
said that on air.
for a couple hours or so. I'm gonna throw the Spidey suit into the garbage can and say 22 panels no more and take it away, Phil.
And with that, we are now playing Die, which is a tabletop RPG about a group of people from our world who got sucked into this crazy 20-sided fantasy realm and are now deciding whether they want to leave or not, whether they realize it or not. My name's Phil. I am DMing this game. Um, And we are getting into it. We are passing out the dice. There's only one of each of the six uh, shapes of dice. The D10. Oh, and I've just been joined by our lovely cat Leo, who is not the Pope, but he is our cat Pope on hand, on staff. Um, in any case, the D10 is wielded by.
That would be wielded by me. I'm Peter, and I'm playing the character Lex, who is the Neo. And yeah.
All right. And then we have the D12, which is wielded by Gary and Eddings, played by me, um, who was the DM of our group back in the day, but he's been a little absent lately, been possessed by Toasty, the god of fire. Next, we have a D8, which is wielded by.
Jonathan playing him, and he's currently wondering right now if a Hydra only has one head, is it just a dragon with many stumps?
It's a pretty good wondering question. Oh, and next we have the D4, the dictator's die, and its wielder is dead. Next, we have just a regular everyday D6. It's the only thing that we can trust Tad with, so uh, it is being wielded by his character.
I'm Alan Spectrum. Depends on the day of the week. Uh, I would like everybody to know that because the Rockies won yesterday, the Rockies and the White Sox combined now have as many wins as the West Sacramento A's.
How Alan was able to get current baseball updates is beyond me.
They
But
just they appear in my head.
I do think it'd be funny if there was like a
I mean,
tiny.
I'm a you
He had
dude.
an
I mean,
entire baseball game in his head.
also
So let's just be
also
honest. That's what
I'm
really
That's
happened
that's
here.
fair. That's fair.
outside of this place, I am a big deal tech guy. How do you know that I don't just have super quantum cosmic internet implants by my ear?
Okay, now I'm just bored.
I was going to say, if there's any super tech implants, it's definitely going to belong to Lex. But finally, we have the D20, which is mine. And we are going into the world of die now that the dice have been passed out. Everyone close your eyes, slowly lower them to the table, and then let go in 3, 2, 1. And we are somewhere else. When you open your eyes, you see a campfire crackling and sizzling before you, and an imposing figure with the head of a perfectly toasted marshmallow sitting. Everyone is sitting around the campfire. We're in a circle. You are accompanied by the party-hungry lizard men, Smink and Droke. Droke, of course, being silent and just quietly whittling something that you can barely see. Smink is sort of tapping on himself relentlessly, a little bit fidgety, a little bit antsy. And even though Toasty had just said that he was going to explain things, he is giving you a bait and switch. And he says, being the god of fire, it's about more than just burning things. Fire has also been an aspect of storytelling and community across humanity's history. And so that's where we find ourselves now, gathered at the fire at this hearth to share memories and bond closer together. And the secrets that I have to share require a cost, a fuel of sorts. So we will be need you. This is one of those, you're going to have fun and you're going to like it, and we're going to measure it and quantify it. And if we don't have enough fun, then you don't get your secrets.
How do you quantify fun? That feels much more stochastic.
What you're saying is that you're a lying SOB.
Well, lying would, well, yes, that is fair. The bait and switch is absolutely a lie. I was about to say, I'm like, lying would require me to talk to y'all, which I didn't do last episode, but I just barely did. So,
well, except you told us you were going to tell us what was going on.
To reference a comic I know, I would hope everyone else has read, Why the Last Man. I told you that I would tell you that what was going on. I didn't tell you when I would tell you what was going on.
That's suspicious.
It is. It is. It's quite interesting. So we are going to be
I
playing.
wasn't talking to Phil, by the way. I was talking to Toasty.
I didn't think so. I knew. I picked it up. I'm hoping that any suspiciousness is character based as opposed to player based, at least for now. We are having a
Phil's
fun.
just a GM. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to do.
Exactly. If you suspect your DM, then they're DMing correctly. So we're going to play a variety of campfire sleepover games. The format for this is a little loose, but yeah, games like Truth or Dare, Never Have I Ever, rock paper scissors. I've got something for that. A hopefully dice heavy version of rock paper scissors, and other sorts of games. So
the sleepover games I intentionally missed when I was in my teens.
Intentionally missed. Oh, so you never went to a sleepover? That seems like a pretty significant character point for Lex if she never went to a sleepover.
If we recall correctly, Lex spent time here playing like role-playing games. She probably had female friends, but I don't think that would be the type of thing they'd do.
Okay.
I'm just throwing thoughts out there now, but
okay.
They're now facts. So
they're now facts. Thoughts are facts. All right, Lex. So we won't be obligated to include a version of MASH of some sort.
Okay.
MASH of some sort.
Yes. Yeah, that's one that when I asked my wife for suggestions on what are some other fun games, she's like, "Oh, we always play MASH," and I was like, "I never played MASH. I was MASHless."
I thought you were talking about the TV show. Sorry.
That's part of. I have also never watched MASH. The only MASH in my life is potatoes.
Yeah, that lady that just gave Tad a hug, she raised us on MASH, so
We watched a lot of
I'm
MASH.
glad that she didn't hear that.
I still watch
I hear it's pretty
MASH from
popular.
time to time.
That's what I've
I
heard.
don't think she would take offense to it.
That's what I'm immediately imagining, is that everyone who's a fan of MASH is as big a fan of MASH as people are of the Beatles, and if you've never seen it, then it's a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
No, I definitely never got that vibe from my mom. So, or our mom.
That's good. She does look like a very nice lady for someone who would hug Tad.
Yeah. We do our best. We do our best.
There we go. So I guess is everybody, are you not feeling the sort of campfire games? Are you wanting, you know what?
Bring it on, Toasty.
Bring it on, Toasty. Okay. Well, what he does is he passes out.
I just slayed a Hydra.
You did. You did just slay a Hydra. You're still covered in probably a decent amount of gore and viscera. And I mean, you do
like any sort of like cleaning water before coming here. Great. Well, this will be awesome.
It's one of those where
I'm just going to use that for the rest of this session.
The cleaning water.
No, the gore and viscera.
Oh, the gore and viscera. There we go. Yeah, that's. I was thinking it's one of those where it's like, oh, it's like if you do enough dodge rolls, eventually the like splatter wears off of you somehow. I don't know how mechanically that works in most games. But
no, enough dodge rolls, enough time in the grass.
Yeah.
For the sand.
Yeah.
Like how in some games, if you do enough dodge rolls, you can get rid of your on fire condition.
Exactly. I did also learn in Monster Hunter that if you are burning and you do a roll in the water, that instantly ends it. So at least in Rise,
that makes sense.
It does. It really does.
No, I think I knew that. I know that like if you do a few rolls, you'll end it pretty quickly. But it makes sense that if you do a roll in water, it's just automatic ending.
Yep, it's pretty useful.
It's surprising the like little details they put in that game. Anyhow,
I know. This is 22 Panels No More, a Monster Hunter fan cast. We are, okay. So I guess to keep Toasty from being completely a liar, what he tells you is that, look, I recognize my methods are mysterious, and that there's a lot going on here that is strange and confusing, and that, quite frankly, all of you don't even necessarily know about. But I just want you to know that I am just as trapped in this world as you are. Ever since Dai curled up next to our universe and decided to start feeding upon humanity as a whole, the gods have been a barrier, a buffer of sorts, to keep the beast at bay from completely invading our world and from completely destroying humanity. Before Dai, the gods were in a natural cycle of contraction and expanse, of creation and destruction, going throughout all time, all existence. Once the invasion begun, it confused our people so that now most of us no longer know at what point we are in the cycle. They don't know whether we are contracting or expanding, and we have been stuck. The 12 of us are, in a sense, a seedbed or a firmament upon which this world is allowed to exist. And this is where, above the table, but I also want the characters to recognize this, so one of the interesting things about dice and how they work is that the D20 and the D12 are sort of inside-out versions of each other. The D20 has triangular sides where there's 3 sides, and each vertice is a connection of 5 points. By contrast, the D12 has 5 sides and 3-pointed vertices. So if you had paid attention to, or if you noticed with our journey, we started at 1 and then moved to 19 and then 3, and now we're in 17. If we move to space 7 next, we will align with all of the sides that connect to a single vertice, and that is the vertice where Tosi's power is concentrated. And by doing this, we're hoping to release him and disrupt the balance or the stagnation that Dai has caused in the land. And that, that's our goal, that's our mission. That's what he's going toward. He's trying to fight this thing. He's trying to find unconventional ways to get an edge on it and to banish it from feeding on our reality and to save and protect humanity. And hopefully this would require y'all to, fight the infection here and then return to your world if you so choose. But that is the little bit of lore that I had prepped. Sorry if I realized I interrupted you, Peter, at one point.
No, I was about to ask the question of what were you before you came to die, and I think you answered it.
Still the god of fire. There was fire before Dai, and hopefully there will be fire after it. But
yeah, just I was curious whether it was actually going to be like a god of fire, or like no, I was actually
right
on a stick.
I was just a salamander until this weird interdimensional monster turned me into a god. No. These are the gods as they have existed with humanity, alongside humanity. Even it's sort of a chicken and the egg in my mind as to which came first. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. I was hoping to save more of that for the end, but I'm wondering how everyone reacts. I also have to imagine that there's some
gods,
right? What is religion?
What is religion?
Hey, so I just have one question. This is gonna sound really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's sleepover esque, you said, and there's a campfire. You got the stuff for s'mores?
Yes, and this
I
is
was
where,
about to say, my question.
right? he passes out a marshmallow on a stick to each of you, and says that in order to complete this ritual, to actually do something and make an impact, since I have shared with you a truth of the gods, a secret of them, I need a personal truth from yours in return. And so he hands you each the marshmallow, which I imagine somebody sticks into the fire, and you see that the marshmallow isn't burning. Is that this is a fire of personal truth, and that is the only way.
I hack my stick to make it like a 2-pronged fork, the type that you buy to
make an intelligence roll.
And my intelligence is 3. Okay. And it's
And-
hacking, so I get an extra one, right?
Yeah, you get your D10 since you're hacking. You're attempting to hack a stick. I'm going to say the difficulty to hack a stick is 2, because I don't want this to be too common of a trick.
I mean, it's hacking a stick to turn into a metal stick.
This could have implications. In that case, it might be easier. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see how well you roll with a difficulty of 2 to turn your stick into metal.
Okay, so that's 2 5s and an 8, and I need to roll this one again.
Son of a bitch, that's enough.
And a 6.
You have, congratulations, you've successfully hacked your stick into a fork. The stick sort of glitches slightly and then realigns itself as a bident, a 2-pronged metal fork. The symbol of Hades in the game Hades, which is also a game I've played a lot, and it's really fun.
All right, since my marshmallow isn't browning, I like literally walk into the fire to figure out what's wrong.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Constitution roll with a difficulty of 2. Roll your fool die as well.
So I'm rolling 4 dice total, or the
4 dice total, one of which is your fool die.
4215. 5 is the fool die.
5 is the fool die, and that was that was
That is
not a
not
circle.
a circle.
Okay, well, since the difficulty was 2, then that actually does not succeed. So
Wait,
as you
the
walk into the
four, two,
fire,
one. Wait, what were the numbers you got?
it was 4215. So that's 2
Four, two,
successes.
one, five.
But since the difficulty is 2, that means you need 3 successes. So
Oh, right. Okay.
so
Difficulty 2 means you reduce 2 rolls. Okay.
yes, it's similar to defense. Defense and difficulty are difficulty is defense
Oh, the
applied
same thing
to
in
any
die,
rolls.
but either way,
Mhm.
that means that you have to reduce 2 rolls and have a success after that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to walk into fire and not get burnt. So I would say that as soon as you put your foot into the flames, uh, it 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 hurts. It burns. It burns.
And I
You
jump
got
away.
a hot foot. You jump away. It's you've got to stamp wildly. Let's see. Let's give you a dexterity roll to see if you can put out the fire before taking a wound and getting hurt.
So the three dice.
Hmm.
652.
Okay, so you are able to stamp it out. You narrowly avoid the flames burning off your foot, or not burning off. That'd be a bit extreme, but charring your foot. No one is able to catch the scent of burning flesh. However, you have now lost your shoe. It is definitely a little too burnt to use. So that will be. I gotta make a note of that. Alan, -1 shoe. Not sure how that's going to play out, but it will certainly happen at some point. Um,
I mean, really, I'm a practical guy, so I just throw the other shoe into the fire.
okay, so now you're down 2 shoes. So
I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk unbalanced.
okay, that is fair. I have to imagine your feet will only get more hobbit-like with time. Um, but yeah, that's a perfect response there. This is this is where I think Smink and Droke pipe up and like, whoa, you guys are handing out marshmallows. Why don't we get any? Toasty sighs begrudgingly and passes them the marshmallows. And so I guess they are now included in our game of personal truths. Is there anything you would like to try to figure out about our lizardmen companions? Are there any I guess the way I was also imagining is that we would go around and this would kind of be like, have you ever played a poker night where you play a different game depending on who's the dealer? I was imagining we could do something like that for, if you want to dare someone on something, if you want to ask them a would you rather, if we want to play around if never have I ever, try to think about things like, actually, I would say that Lex would be a great to start if she said, I've never been to a sleepover, then who else
Never
around
have
here
I ever eaten any bugs.
eaten any bugs? That Smink and Droke definitely put one down. They're like, oh damn, we've eaten bugs. We're bug eaters for sure. That's actually that's targeting. That's targeting. Oh, Lex is down too. Lex is also down
Uh,
1. She takes a drink or whatever our marker is for this.
yep. I'll do my
Coffee
bacon
cup is
cheddar flavor.
massive.
I actually drink as well.
Wait, so you said you've never eaten bugs when you have?
Aren't we supposed to like have like a count of like 5 fingers if we're not drinking? Like we don't have any
Yeah,
alcohol.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
gave us alcohol.
Nobody gave us alcohol. Yeah, that's an oversight. But yes, but your 5 points if you have a die, and so everyone's down to 4. Um, so okay, so I am now immediately curious about this. What's everybody's bug eating story? I mean, the lizard men are pretty self-explanatory. So Eamon, Lex, and even Alan, when have y'all eaten bugs? How huge of a moment was this for
Well,
you?
I mean, they sell them as snacks at the zoo. I mean, it's kind of the more curiosity. Mine are bacon flavored. They also have like sour cream and onion. They have plain. That one wasn't doing. But that's kind of the thing is, different ways to use bugs. I mean, in Mexico, eating tarantulas is kind of big.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In real life, yes, I've heard that bugs are the new culinary frontier. I, however, have yet to have any.
It
I was
tastes
also
good.
gonna go with when she was traveling off in
Mm,
foreign countries, there were
okay,
places she went that,
nice,
you know, eating bugs was, and so she was gotten into it.
nice. Okay,
Or it's, probably not, I don't think it's something that she really enjoyed, but
okay, but that she did and didn't mind while she was abroad, but it has not gotten bug fever, so to speak.
yeah, she
Ants are
did
kind
it.
of lemony.
Ants are kind of lemony. Okay, that's good to know. Wait, so this is this is now okay. That's not enough, but we'll have to come up with something like a flag on the play for. Whoa, wait. Okay, so everyone's down to four. So that's a good that the first round everyone's just at four because you said never ever eaten bugs, but then you ate bugs. So
I forgot. I was just thinking of the lizards and what could I find out about them? And I wondered if they'd eaten bugs, but then I remembered that ants are lemony and crickets taste pretty good.
all right. That's that. This is unfortunately making me want to try bugs more than not. So, this has now been an advertisement for bugs. Please eat them. They are lower on the food chain and great for sustainability. Um, okay, so with that, I guess next would be one of the lizard men. Oh yeah, so that's where it is Droke's turn, and he just kind of like hangs his head solemnly. So he doesn't say anything. He's a silent Bob type. So Smink says like, "Damn, Droke, really going for those humans off the bat." He says he's never been in love. So for never have I ever. All right, so Lex has been in love. That's good. Hopefully it was her husband back home. That was a middle finger. I understand.
Um, how do we define love?
Well, some people think it's a specific chemical balance in the brain. I think it also is different for everyone, you know? So Alan has have you ever been, what this is a little
Um,
too existential for lizardmen, unfortunately, because they've never been in love, so they don't know. They don't know how to define it.
um, um, I
Oh, listen, man,
mean,
you're saying that you've
this,
never like, had companionship or camaraderie or like had people who are like, your favorite to be around.
Well, I mean, naturally their favorite to be around is each other, but like love, that's just a part of the brain that the lizards don't have.
Oh, you don't have it.
Yeah.
Even though it seems pretty clear to me that the two of you are very much loving each other.
See, they might love each other, but they're not in love, if that makes sense. You know, I mean, this is this is well, it might feel like an arbitrary distinction is actually a limitation of the English language. Not enough words for something like
Mhm.
that. Romantic love is what we're
So,
talking about.
so I should just take one of you away and, put you in a box, and the other one of you would do nothing about it.
Ooh, I gotta write that down. Okay. Lex threatens lizardmen.
No, 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 no. This isn't a threat. This is a philosophical
This is a hype.
discussion.
This is a thought experiment.
This is a
Um,
thought experiment.
they do. It's one of those where Smink oddly comes up with a philosophical like, well, I mean, that depends on whether I knew. Like, if I knew Droke got kidnapped and he was in trouble, then like, hell yeah, I'd go after him. I'd fight to the end of the earth for my main man here. The thing is, though, if he just disappeared, I don't know what to do. Maybe he's tired of me. Maybe he wants to find a new lizard man to hang out with. And while that would make me sad, I would also accept it and move on with my life. I wouldn't be beside myself. I
So
wouldn't be
you mean
beyond.
you have like a healthy relationship with each other that's not what's that word?
Codependent.
Yeah, that was
Smink and
kind of
Droke
what
are
I was
code.
thinking of, but I
Well,
think there's like a more like intense version of that. But
ooh,
codependent might be where to start.
yeah, toxic codependency, definitely not.
Yeah, there we go.
And this is where again, this might be quibbling, this might be a minor thing, but like, this brotherly love that they have for each other, it's different. It's different from romantic love because then this is where now like Droke like waves everyone down to like be quiet for a second, and then he just like looks up and stares at the moon, and like a single tear drops from his lizard man eye, and it's one of those where it's like no matter how much they love each other, no matter how many adventures they go on, they might get blast out drunk and pass out so many times, trip balls, whatever it is they're doing, there's still something missing. There's still something that they haven't experienced that they it's fascinating that the lizard men are at a point where, while they cannot experience love for themselves, they also recognize it exists and miss it and long for it
So
intensely.
you're cognizant of it, you just
Hmm.
don't believe you can have it.
Well, it's they have yet to experience it.
I mean, on that same level, you could make the argument that none of us have ever experienced love because how would we ever know?
I think it's something that you know. I think it's something that you know when you feel, and you know,
But is that love or is that just, lust?
I mean, that is also an important distinction to make. And that's where, but
And how do you distinguish that? Because a lot of people don't really make that distinction. And there
ooh,
is some argument that
this is a point. This is a point where so Droke has also been a lizard man. He's been wearing a lampshade on his head. He takes off his lampshade, and there is a giant frog sitting on top of his head that he picks up, sets down in front of him, and you can see that there's little tiny psychedelic secretions coming off of this frog. This frog, Smink says, this is Dip. This is our buddy Dip here. He is the best. While it might sound weird to y'all, we lust for Dip, and he just takes a big lick, and his eyes go wide, and he is now like psychedelically inflamed. He's just like, you don't want some? There, yeah. The lizard men are tripping balls on a psychedelic toad, and they're like, Smink is making the point. The affection they feel for Dip, that is lust. Whereas the brotherly love they have for each other, it's different. It's these lizard men are complicated creatures. Um, they like to they like to roll on psychedelic toad and long
I
for
take my
feelings that they
last
don't know.
coin and I just sort of insert it behind my ear.
And you join them. You feel existential plinko as it goes through your system. Because I don't think, well, I would say that you probably used your overcharge in your frenzy of killing the Hydra.
Yep.
If that sounds, yeah. And so then this one is you're just kind of sitting with it, and you're recognizing that while you might lust for fair gold, you will never truly love it. And so like the seedlings of that minor psychological distinction are percolating in you now.
And yet, still, people don't necessarily distinguish between that. And the in love feeling is a very hard one to really describe. I mean, you got us down to three because we're willing to admit that we've been in love, and yet it's quite possible that, there's something in your life that we can't point at, but is there that you actually have in love with, and you're just claiming that you don't fully understand it enough to be able to recognize it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
we're down to three. It's somebody else's question now.
Well, you're down to three. I don't think we heard from Alan and Eamon. Uh, there. Oh,
Oh,
okay. So there you
I
go.
had to think about it,
Yeah.
but
just a question of Eamon. No.
Well, when
yeah.
when when has when has Alan been in love?
Well, I mean, There's that woman that's always at my house. And based on what you've described, I think I might love her.
And with that, your marshmallow is perfectly toasted with that revelation that you had to think about it and you realized that you love Rose. And that is sufficient emotional source, emotional fuel to ignite your marshmallow. There you go.
Where's the
Alan,
chocolate and graham crackers?
oh shit. Okay. This is where now Smink pulls out a little bit of chocolate, and you actually see there's a bush that the berries look like graham crackers. If you
Sweet.
want to, yeah, if you want to take a risk and
Hey, hey, lizard guys.
yeah,
Do you think it'd be cool if I just kind of rubbed my graham cracker on your toad?
on your toe. Absolutely. Dip loves to be enjoyed. So this is fantastic.
So I rub my graham cracker on the toad,
Uh-huh.
and I put the chocolate on top of the graham cracker and the marshmallow on top of the chocolate, and then I rub the other graham cracker on top of the toad, and I put them together, and I go, picture yourself on a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marshmallow skies.
Okay. So
And I take a bite.
you are absolutely getting another circle for that. I am also just going to have you do a real quick Constitution roll with your Fool die to make sure that you don't have a bad trip because dip is pretty strong stuff. So
Okay, just so you know, I am now up to um circles on every side except one.
except one. Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is probably going to go pretty well.
Constitution roll without my circle or without my
Well, that's the tricky thing because okay, so I'm gonna say because it's definitely foolish what you're doing here. Um, but I like that you have because that would fully load you.
I mean, you could just give me the advantage rather than the extra the full die.
I mean, but this is too foolish to not roll the fool die for. So yeah, I
Okay.
think we're gonna have to go for it. I think we're doing it. You're
So
doing
4 dice, including the full die.
well, okay, so quick question. What is Alan's drug history? Do you have experience with psychedelics at all?
Um,
I mean, he is in the music scene.
Well, he's a bard. He's in the music
No,
scene
I know.
here.
I'm just,
what
I'm not saying
what
he has or not. I'm just,
hmm The odds
laying
are I'm trying to
out
figure
there
out
that, there is an avenue for it, right?
right. I was trying to figure out whether it should be an advantage or a disadvantage because I feel like if
Oh,
he's
my
never
question is,
yeah.
Hmm.
if you don't know you've taken psychedelics,
hmm
does that mean that you haven't taken psychedelics?
No, that's a neutral. As I would say that if you've taken it
Because,
and as long as you didn't have like a bad trip, that's a neutral.
well,
That
but
actually might be a
see,
positive. That might be a plus.
but see, I think I've had bad trips, but they
hmm
tell me that I wasn't on psychedelics. And I think I've had good trips, but I don't remember taking anything. And and I kind of often live out there, but I also don't often fill my own water glass.
Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna say that comes down to we're gonna have you roll your Constitution plus your Fool die because that's four total. Um, difficulty one here. Difficulty one. We're gonna see where this goes.
I have a 4, 4, and 2, and a 4 on the full die.
Okay, so you are feeling great. Your eyes are now like a constant shifting color, kind of like radiating through the rainbow. Like the whites of your eyes are changing color as you're sitting there, and
Somewhere over the rainbow,
and this is where
my eyes swirl.
For your full day, you came up on a circle, or was that your last open space?
That's a circle.
Okay, so that's a circle. So with that, gosh, what can I give you that's good luck on that? Goodness. Oh, I was unprepared for this. I was unprepared for I don't know why. I knew I was busting out a Psychedelic-Toad and I didn't have any rewards for you. So you are definitely having a vision of sorts. You have a vision of okay. So you are walking through, or you're kind of not really walking, you're floating through a black and white, heavily cross-hatched walls of a facility. This is going to be similar to the hunting accident, like the art style of the hunting accident. You're in a world of this, and you see that there's a panopticon, there's a prison. I haven't read the book yet, so I don't have too much details coming out of it. But when you look beneath this this world, this lightless, colorless world.
I was a Kellogg's cornflake, floating in my bowl, making movies.
Deep beneath this black and white cross-hatching prison, there is like a glowing Technicolor box. So this is a little seedling for later, that if you can find the space where the prison from the hunting accident is located, there is a treasure deep within there for you. That's what you get. Visions of treasure.
Dream coat, Technicolor, something. Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right. So there we go. So while Alan is now enjoying the Psychedelic-Toad and the visions therein. Okay, so what side are you left on your full die now? Because that should clear it.
Well, it also adds an X, so I have
Gotcha.
an O on the 4 and an X on the 6.
Okay, interesting. Okay. All right. So for so what's everyone doing while Alan is
First
just
of
having his
all,
psychedelic experience?
there's still one of us who hasn't. I don't know if we ever
Oh
got
yeah, we didn't. So for Eamon, has Eamon been in love? What, if so, what, when?
Yeah, there was a girl in college. Uh, just didn't work out. Different lives just split. It in his mind, it's like, well, it was nice. It happens though. Something might come along again. Things
Mm,
are okay though. I have a cat.
okay,
Eamon's in love with his cat.
valid.
That's a very real thing.
It's super real. Actually, the more cats you have, the more in love with them you can be. It's proven. It's a theory.
How many cats do you have?
While
I have two.
and
I
while
have
he's
two cats.
and while he's thinking about this, he's kind of like just kind of whittling the marshmallow in his hand, just thinking, is this like a communion type of thing? Am I about to eat part of Toasty, and then is it like? And that's just what's going through his mind of like, is this religious now? Am I about to take communion? And then like, because it's not burning, and so it's just more just the. But on the outside, it's just kind of like all they are. Oh, if anyone looks over through their drug trip, all they see is him kind of twiddling the marshmallow and looking at it, just going, "Huh."
Okay, all right. So he's perplexed. It is a little religious. I mean, there's a god involved. When a god's involved, how is it not religious? It could be magical. That's how. There we go. but yeah, just a tiny bit. Alan's having a good old time. So guess so next on. Okay, so we got a little sidetracked with that. Um, I would say, let's say it's Eamon's turn. If you want to keep playing Never Have I Ever, or if you wanted to pick a different game, if you wanted to, what do you feel like? Where do you want to go?
I mean, we
I
still
start
have
to
three
see
left
like
at least. No one's lost. Never
just
have I ever.
just
Go
for
ahead.
safety,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just gonna say, never have I ever eaten human.
Never have you ever eaten human. Perfect. Yeah, the lizard men both look at you and like, yeah, no, neither of us. Neither of us. We're good. We're good.
And then immediately I look over at Alan.
Shit.
I'm a human. I don't know if
Wait.
I am human.
Shit.
Yeah,
What's the limitation on never have I
he's
eaten human? Are we talking about like muscle meat?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. I'm thinking I'm thinking muscle. And also if anyone, let's face it, if anyone here has besides the lizard men we just had,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
That would be
probably Alan because I mean, face it, he's he's on bath salts right now. Well, one step below baths.
I don't think so, but I don't prepare my own food,
There we go. All right.
except when I feel like gourmet cooking.
So
Wait,
yeah,
is
I would
Alan
say
still at
food.
3, or did he actually drop down to 2?
I think he is he's out of the game in the sense that I don't think his answers are currently valid, if he thinks he's eaten people. This is my way of basically saying that while I don't have an X card for cannibalism, if you really want to be cannibals, this is going to become a different campaign. This is one of those. If someone is taking that bait, we're gonna have to do something with it. But no, the lizard men have not eaten people. They are safe. They are friends. Friends, not food.
Well,
Wait a
fair
minute.
enough.
Wait a minute. You said they're friends, not food.
Friends, not food.
But them not eating people doesn't mean they're not food. It means we're not food.
Okay. Does Alan want to try to? How are you? So I mean, admittedly, they are also like.
I don't particularly like like uh uh
All right, he's out of it.
blooded meat.
Completely gone.
Cold-blooded meat's not generally that good.
Who's
So
next?
I don't want to eat them. I just wanted to make certain. And can I have another marshmallow?
Another
I
marshmallow.
kind of tossed mine over.
Your marshmallow of personal truth. You're giving your marshmallow of personal truth to Alan.
Yeah, because I'm just because I'm like, I'll get another one later if I need it.
So real quick, do you admire Alan? Like, how is he someone that you look up to, or is he a long friend? Let's dig into those feelings a little bit.
More perplexed. Just I've Eamon's always been a watcher, and so just has always observed like all the different people coming in and out of the shop, and doesn't know them on an intimate level, but just kind of how the public persona that they exhibit.
Okay. So as you reach for your marshmallow of personal truth to give to Alan, your sacred weapon, the voice of it, which has been a dog, is barking in your head and growling like, "Don't do that." That's your marshmallow. That's it's tied to your essence. It's like a like a.
I just kind of okay, fine, I guess. I mean, as long as Toshi has more, because I mean, like I said, I don't know if this. I just asked questions of this. I've never eaten human. I don't know if this would constitute human. And so,
It will not.
yeah. So yeah, okay, fine. So you got another marshmallow for Alan. I mean, it doesn't have to be like the magic one of yourself or whatever. Mainly, I think he's starting to get munchies or something, and frankly, it might be safer for all of us if he has something to chew on.
If he needs something to chew on, there's a graham cracker bush right over there, and that's where you
But
notice that his head is smaller than it was previously because these marshmallows were chunks of
I
his
go to the
being. So
graham
yes.
cracker bush and see how deep this hacking power goes, and see if I can turn one of the graham crackers into a marshmallow.
Oh, sure. That is going to be a difficulty of 3.
So not likely that I'm going to make it.
Not likely. If you do,
Can I like use the last roll on this one and use this roll on the? No, I'm kidding.
oh,
wait,
you want to
wait,
overcharge? If
before
you
you
want to
do that, I have an
overcharge,
idea. I have an
Oh,
idea.
I mean, I still have.
Wait a
I
minute,
did
wait a
use the
minute, wait a
coin.
minute. I have an
did.
idea.
Can I
I
do what I was doing?
want an infinite bag of Stay Puft Marshmallows. And I just put an X on the 2 spot on my die.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So I
Infinite
used my full
bag
prep to
of
ask for an infinite bag of Stay Puft
I was
Marshmallows.
gonna have
Stay
some
Puft.
fun, but never mind.
Well, you can still
Oh,
have some fun.
No,
okay. So
not
so
anymore.
this
You
is
kind of
well,
killed that.
I'm actually going to
I'm
say
sorry.
so Peter, if you would still like to make a hacking roll, I'm going to say that these two things are happening simultaneously, and so the results of your roll will affect Alan's outcome. Still difficulty 3 to
Okey-dokey.
turn a graham cracker bush into a marshmallow bush of some
Still don't
sort.
think I'm gonna get the same roll I got last time though.
That was enough juice. That was enough
Nope.
juice.
I
No?
got 2 successes this time.
Okay. So what ends up happening is that, it's one of those where index outside the bounds of the array, something like that, basically saying that like you were able to turn the stick into a fork. Admittedly, it was tricky, but you could do it because they were similar objects. The composition of the graham crackers was too far from marshmallows for it to be achieved. Also, this is where I'm going to say out of the sky falls a bag of marshmallows that lands in Alan's lap. However, it is not infinite.
Stupid clown school. They said anything I wanted. How many marshmallows are in it? Is it the jumbo bag?
It's a big bag. It's a large bag.
Okay.
It
Okay,
is.
good.
I'm going to say it's a bag as big as your head. That is actually shaped vaguely like your head.
Who's got the chocolate?
That was Smink had chocolate in his bag. So he's while zonked out, he's like, "You're gonna need this, bro," and he passes you another chocolate bar.
Alan just contentedly makes himself s'mores
There we go. And we will
and
try to
stares at the
discern
fire.
right into the fire. Here's a question for you. Now that you've realized that you might love Rose, uh, how do you feel about trying to get back home? Well, you're lost in the sauce. So let's not throw any more existential questions at you right now. Let's focus on Lex and Eamon here. All right. So I think last one was a never have I ever from Eamon where he says he's never eaten people. So Lex, if you want to keep this game going, feel free. We
I
can abandon
mean,
any
there's
point.
also the lizard men. Have they not gotten their second turn?
Well, we're kind of going around because I got them
Okay,
the
so
turn
it
because they got
started.
the yeah. That's okay.
Wait. Started with
It's
one
a
of us, and then went to a lizard man, and then went to
uh-huh.
one of us, and then now it's going to another one of us.
Yeah, and then we'll do a lizard man after that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the lizard men are are on both sides of Alan Spector.
Yeah. There we go.
Gotcha. Just just understanding the circle more.
It's a loose
Wait,
rotation.
does Toasty get to ask a question too? Is he in the circle?
He is the things he has and hasn't done are so far outside of human experience that it'd be unfair for him to play with y'all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So he needs to play with us all.
So he needs to play with you. Oh, right, because he's never. So he would win. He would win because he's never done human things, and y'all have. Anyway,
No. He would lose because he's never done human things. So everything so far, he would be like, "No, I've never done that."
no.
Oh,
If
wait,
you've
no,
never
he would
done
still
that,
have
you don't
everything
put
else. Never mind.
exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There we go. We're back.
Well, he would win. So what?
Yeah. Oh, what? Okay. I was gonna say you got your history of the gods lore first, good sirs. So now you have your never have I ever lizard man to enjoy.
So, like, if the lizard men can ask questions about things that obviously they can't do, does that mean that we can ask questions about things they obviously or we obviously can't do?
Well, give me an example.
Well, obviously, none of us have scales for flesh.
Okay. I mean, again, unfair targeting, but you could say I've never had scales for skin, and I've never had a tail, and you
No, I
know
know. This is a question I'm asking, like the group.
the
Is
group.
that fair, or do we just like go with more entertaining questions?
I mean, like it's fair if you're trying to bump them out. If you've got a competitive edge, sure, you know. Um,
I'm just trying to make sure that we don't get targeted some more after this.
After this,
It's
that's okay.
really what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to avoid the mammalian targeting that they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if let's just say if you come back with I've never had scales for flesh, then they'll probably be like, well, I've never been warm-blooded. So and that end the game pretty quick.
Do we want to end this game and play a different game?
We can abandon it right now if you want and say it just devolves into Lex and the lizard
Sure.
men
Let's
yelling at each
devolve
other
this and
about the
then we'll just,
differences between.
run through that.
Yep,
Well,
there we
never
go.
have I ever been
Yep, you say
cold-blooded.
you've never had scale. And there you go. Yeah. And they're like, whoa, this is just downright rude, how, I've never had square teeth, because they're like pointing, I
Well,
don't know.
I've never had scales.
There we go. So all right. So Lex has some
Oh, and by the
animosity
way,
towards
I might have square teeth, but I still got pointy teeth too.
oh no, and then they're like, oh, this oversight. We have common ancestry. How did we oversee this? Okay. We'll see if we can get the Neo Lizardmen relations back on track. What does someone feel like playing? You know, what sort of where you want to go with this?
Let's play Truth or Dare.
Truth or dare? Awesome. Perfect. So you get first call. Who are you truthing or daring?
Uh, what was the lizard man's name who started with an S?
Smink.
Oh, what about the other? What's
That is
the
Droke. Droke is the silent one with
name?
the lampshade. That bust out dip.
I was for some odd reason thinking of Snoke.
Oh, that's close. That's close.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, that's not right. That's Star Wars. Um, I'll say Droke, Truth or Dare.
And this is where Smink says, Droke always picks truth. I always pick dare. And so Droke picks truth.
Hmm. Truth, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you never pick Dare?
Oh, and so this is where Droke opens his mouth. He goes like, and you can see that his tongue was cut off. And so he lost his tongue on a dare, and that's why he always picks truth from now on. That's what Smink tells you.
We now understand why Droke never talks.
There we go. We got that. We got that. And with that, his his marshmallow of personal revelation. He knew that he
His
couldn't
marshmallow
talk.
continues to, grow
Continues
it.
to be unburnt in the flames supernaturally. And this is where Droke now says that he asks he points to Eamon. Eamon, truth or dare?
Uh, true.
Truth. Awesome. Uh, what do you admire? So this is one of those. I'm cutting the chase a little bit, but I feel like with your sacred emotion so far, we've handled acceptance and we've handled trust, but getting to that third level of a distinct where does Amon's admiration come from? Or for his sacred emotion, is he more interested in seeking admiration than experiencing it?
Um, who owns the game store?
What's that?
Who owns the game store?
I'm sorry, it kind of cut out a little bit again. What was
Who owns the game store?
owns the game store?
Yeah.
Oh, um, did we
I
say?
thought it turned out that I owned it, but nobody knows that.
Oh, interesting.
Pretty much be like, huh. A lot of people like that game store. It's a cool to hang out. That person's pretty cool.
Okay, owner of the game store. Interesting. What is it about that? Just the fact that they own a game store?
No, it's all different people go in there. You go in there and hang out. You go in there and pay. They're buy stuff. Just a nice place to be.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm certainly learning a lot more about Eamon right now. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think hmm, um, that might be, I will definitely need to ruminate on that a little more. But I definitely think that, uh, owner of the game store is a nice place to be. So, okay. I I'm gonna say yeah that your marshmallow is now burst and is perfectly crispy. I mean it's funny because I don't know how big of a revelation that was for you, but I do feel like that is something for me to go on. So we're gonna leave you undecided for now. We'll see if we can
Yeah.
get a little more juice out of there, but if not, that's okay. So now it's your turn. Who are you truthing or daring?
Um, we'll go with Lex.
Lex, okay. What say ye, truth or dare?
Truth or dare?
Well, truth. I guess I'll try a dare.
Hmm.
This is the moment. If you wanted to peer pressure him to truth, we could make a roll for that. But dare is always fun.
Um, thinking of like something that seemed just as a fun, like funny 2 second bit. Like, I think you can eat like seven of those graham crackers in a minute and like eat them completely without taking a drink.
Do
Shows
it.
the graham cracker bush and collects 7 graham crackers and
Seven
like
graham crackers.
shows them
Because
to
basically,
Damon.
it's the thought of like the 7 teens in a minute thing.
Right, right.
Like, because internally, I'm like, what is to say?
So here we go. I think the stat used for a graham cracker eating challenge would be Constitution.
I agree
Uh,
with that.
you agree with that? Excellent. Okay.
Unless
Um,
unless I'm trying to sneakily not actually do it, in which case it would become dexterity.
Ooh, or if you wanted to create an illusion that you did it with your hologram, that would be intelligence. So
Mhm.
what are you going for here? What do you think? I will say, okay, yeah, yeah. What do you think you're going for? What do you want to try to do?
I'm gonna actually try the hologram because what I want to do is make it really entertaining,
Mm,
even if I can't pull it off. But I will actually, what I'm gonna do is I want to do two things actually.
yeah.
Make really entertaining a hologram of whatever I do,
Hmm.
while also at the same time actually attempting to do it.
Okay. Okay, cool. So first we can do the intelligence roll for your hologram, which I would actually say is difficulty of
Very quickly.
one, difficulty of one just because people are watching you. You know, like I feel like it's difficult to put up a hologram while you're being studied. Whereas if you did it beforehand, that would have been okay. Um, so yeah, so we'll do an intelligence roll difficulty one, and then I will let you know about the Constitution roll after that one.
Is that with or without the
That is with your Neo die because you it's a gift. So yeah, so anything you do with it includes the Neo die.
I did not succeed on that.
What? Oh no. Okay. So with that, as you try to put up,
I got one success in
yeah, one
total.
success. There
Yeah.
we go. Okay. So everyone could tell that you tried to put on a hologram, but it didn't quite work. And so now, so you're going to make a Constitution roll. However, you are going to get an advantage on this Constitution roll because something that Alan didn't realize because he wiped some psychedelic toad jelly onto there is that these graham crackers are filled with jelly. So even though you can't drink something, there's a liquid in there. They're like gusher graham crackers. And so even though there's a difficulty one on the well, no, we'll give you an advantage. Say difficulty one, yeah. So you got to get two successes to eat these seven graham cracker gushers in under a minute.
Well, I got three successes. Two sixes
Boom,
on.
there you go. So it's funny how there's like kind of a glitch around you as you try to put up an illusion, but it wasn't even necessary because you housed them down and you realize these graham crackers are jelly filled.
Hmm.
They're just
And
like little weird things that are like, images of people eating graham crackers on top of me
and
eating a graham cracker.
and
It's
I just
Alan.
look over and I'm just like, huh, the I guess they're not like saltines, but it's slightly more impressive if they're filled. I wonder what the equivalent would be. Either way,
Uh,
Yes.
I have roasted 7 marshmallows. I would like to know if I can do 7 s'mores in a minute.
Oh, okay. Fascinating.
S'mores
Fascinating.
are so good. I like to eat them fast. I
Okay.
like to eat them slow. I like
Okay.
to eat
Alan
them
Spector is apparently challenging himself
last.
while not necessarily playing the game.
Alan Spector is absolutely challenging himself. A worthy opponent.
um,
Um,
I whisper over to Lex like, you know, a Heimlich maneuver
okay, so here's what we're
because
gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do for that roll. So you have a Constitution of three. I'm going to say no advantage because you are adding more mass with chocolate and marshmallow. Go ahead and also roll your Fool die, and this will have a difficulty of two.
Or two, two, and one, and
Ooh, okay.
and two is not the oh no, two is an X.
Two is an X.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately you both end up with marshmallow all over your face. You kind of just you don't really eat as much as you smash most of them into your face. But then so you are also choking though because you tried to put all seven in your mouth at once. So you got like three. So yeah, so that's what's happening. Is anyone
And Lex will, respond to Eamon. I think it was part of like corporate training at some point.
for Heimlich maneuver?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It seems
do you
like it would
think
be an intelligence role.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, yeah, go ahead and do an intelligence roll real quick. No difficulty.
All right. Let's see if I can get a 1 on this intelligence roll.
Here we go. Critical fail. Oh gosh.
No, I got a 1. We're good. One
You got
4 and 2
okay.
2s.
There we go. All right. So you successfully Heimlich Al Inspector a soppy mess of Stay Puft Marshmallow and chocolate and graham cracker gusher falls into the fire, and that does burn because it's not the magical
That
marshmallow personal.
that was awesome. We are the champions.
I look at Toasty and I say, truth or dare?
What you said? You asked Toasty truth or dare?
Yep. I was the
Oh,
last one to do truth or dare.
you were.
Alan here did that on his own.
Dang. Okay. So at this moment, when you ask Toasty truth or dare, you look over at him and you notice that the marshmallow has actually like completely dripped off of his face. And so he's kind of slumped over, and it's Garion beneath there, dead. Uh, and his it with the last puffs of like smoke and fire behind his eyes, he just says, like, it goes like truth.
I'm now looking at Garion asking truth or dare.
You kind of realize, yeah, it's not really. I mean, it's the line between whether it's toasty or not is thin, but most of the marshmallow is pretty much gone.
Why did you bring us here?
I I can't tell you everything,
So you're
but
switching to dare?
good, good. That was a good. If you had if I had something to reward you with, I would reward you. But he kind of chuckles, and he's just like, I thought I was helping. I just wanted to save who I could. And this is where silently, or above board, I should say, I am asking you, Peter, what does Lex want? Like, does she want to go home? Does she want to explore this world? Um, is she, kind of again, I think similar to how Eamon's answer gave me something to work on. I don't necessarily need a full answer from you, but kind of just where is your head at with the character of where she's going? Because the answer as to why Garion brought everyone here will is become much more apparent next episode.
I think maybe life at home has gotten a little repetitive and dull. She's been kind of thinking about other things and, kind of feeling like the world or the life she currently lives is just, it's a life, but it's not, it's a pretty good life. She even recognizes like it's not bad in a lot of respects, but it's repetitive and it's, you know, not everything that she thought was going to be cracked up to be when she was growing up.
All right. So with that, when you ask Garion, why did you bring us here? He coughs again and he just says, how could I not? The world needed saving, and you were the only ones I could think of for the job. And so with that, your fire of personal truth, your marshmallow of personal truth has also been lit. And so now with all three of yours lit, you realize that, the last of Toasty has faded from Garion's body. And if the two of you eat it, then you will be his vassals for carrying out this mission. But Garion just says to you, like, I'm sorry I couldn't help you more. You need to complete the ritual. You need to, I'm so sorry, but just take me with you. And we need to we need to power the vertice. I need a better word for that. It feels awkward, but he's just begging you, with the last of his life to continue on with this adventure, to finish the ritual that Toasty had planned for you, to go to the next side and attune with it in the way you have, and see what happens. See if you can, tear a god out of the clutches of whatever die is.
I go make a s'more and then carefully put together a sort of container of whatever I can to make it sure that, like, the s'more can continue to reside
Mm,
as a s'more, as I feel like there is some decision here that I'm not quite ready to make. And store
okay.
that container with the s'more in it away.
Mhm. Okay. That's good. There will be a moment. You okay? So yeah. So now you have s'more in a box.
In a box.
Okay.
I am Superman, and I know what's happening.
Awesome. So
I
Alan has eaten his
am,
s'more.
I am Superman, and I can do anything.
And this is
Alan,
where
catch real quick, and I toss a rock at him. As soon as he says, "I can do anything,"
what did you
just
toss him?
because just a rock, just something out
Oh,
here. As soon as he says everything, just like, huh, here, catch, just to see if he
And I
would catch
grab
it.
it out of the air.
there you go, with full like
Oh,
precision.
oh, I guess he can do everything.
Did Eamon eat his s'more, his marshmallow, or did he also squirrel it away the way Lex had?
He's still squirreled away because he's
Okay.
um basically in their monologue of, "Am I about to eat? Is this like Jesus? Am I about to eat? Like, is this still the internal
The body
monologue
of
of,
Toasty.
yeah?
Wait a
Are
minute.
we about? Is this
I've
communion?
taken communion, so I've eaten humans.
Well, okay, take a drink.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good joke. I love that. I love the implication that Catholicism is cannibalism. So that's another circle for you, Ted. Oh, okay. So now that's a quick question of, since you seem hung up on this, does Eamon have a religious background? Is that why he's so wary of eating a marshmallow from
Uh,
Toasty?
I think he's Presbyterian, but it's more just it's not much of like the implication. It's more like just um it's more just like the internal like monologue of just wondering what thing is, and then just like um a running train of thought, just like, huh, there's this and there's this. Wonder if this means this and there's this. But on the
Hmm.
outside, it's like um uh it's a little laconic.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So now, I'm not sure how exactly to convey this, but uh, you know, I don't know whether you all felt like going to bed or just kind of partied all night until the sunrise. But as the sun comes up, that is where Lex gets her alert that sunrise in an hour, Faragold required for gift usage. So it's going to be the next day, and
Well, I was already at zero fair gold, so
mhm. So yeah, so we'll
probably don't know that
Sunrise,
fair gold disappears at the end of the
sunrise,
day
like
yet.
morning in your
yeah.
eyes. The clock's held night 15 for our sunrise.
So this is
Sunrise
the main thing here is that
couldn't tempt us if it tried. 'cause the afternoon's already come and gone. Ooh, ooh.
While Alan might have
Good
some residual
morning, good
effects,
morning,
generally
good
speaking,
morning, good
the
morning,
dips
good.
dip sauce has left his system, and his eyes
Ah,
are no longer swirling. They are well, he might be in a great mood and chipper
become
and cheery.
comfortably numb.
He is indeed comfortably numb.
Hey,
So those will be,
hello,
and oh, the last
is
most
there
important thing
anybody in there?
that is appropriate because Garion is dead. Uh, Toasty is not to be seen. The only remnants of him are in the s'mores that are in whatever container Lex was and Eamon were able to come up with, and inside Alan and the Lizard Men, which is a great band name, Alan and the Lizard Men. Um, but you know based on hopefully you know based on what he said that he's asking you to carry him with you and take him to this last side as he will be part of the ritual to take place next episode. But that leads to the question of who will carry him.
Does anybody have a
The
strength higher than
corpse.
2?
I
That is a good
do
question.
not, but I am a fool, so would totally carry him.
So if we're going to get we're getting a little Swiss Army Man on us here, uh, which is something I meant to watch before this episode, but I guess now I'll do it
Weekend at Bernie's.
a little bit, a little bit. There we go. But yeah, that is the end of the adventure for this episode. As hopefully you all,
Garion,
you know,
can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. That'll keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go. There
Oh
is
wait,
no
Garion
pain.
didn't turn into a.
You are receding. Distant ships smoke on the horizon,
Well, we
only
wouldn't know
come
that yet
through
anyway.
the
Anyhow,
waves.
yeah, it was for any eagle-eared listeners who have also read the graphic novel. Something happens when a persona dies, but we are not quite there yet. Um, well, that will be those will be more the further secrets left for next episode. Um, as our first arc reaches its zenith.
sure, for sure, for sure.
For sure, for sure. All right. So with that, since we've done stars and wishes for our last few, we are we'll collect the dice, the game zone. We have left the world of die. We're back there. I think I had fun. I wish I had figured out more organic ways to start the campfire games, and I had an elaborate dice rolling rock paper scissors that we didn't get to, but that's okay. Um, because there are eventual plans for the possibility of a casino episode. If we ever play in person, I would love to have like a card game that we play together. I think that'd be fun. I've been watching on Netflix The Devil's Plan, which is like a Korean reality game show where a bunch of people live in a house and play these complicated games together with high stakes and
I
crazy rules.
mean, I could help you set something up if it's just like a pretty simple, like standard card game.
Yeah, I mean it'd be a while. It'd be a little down the road. There's, we are while this
Yeah,
first
I just
series
mean
of
like if I understand playing in person would be good, but I know
uh-huh.
it would be interesting, tricks with
Well,
that too. But like
yeah.
even if you just wanted to do it without us playing in person, there are good
Uh
There are
there
ways.
are ways. I was actually thinking how interesting it would be if we played poker, but everyone was pulling from their own deck. So the implication is that everyone's cheating, and certain things would happen if it's revealed. Like, oh, if there are five fives shown or like five of a card shown, then this character's like, wait, y'all are cheating, you know? But that's some eventual stuff. What I was about to say was that so
I'm
while
a con man now. I'm good at cheating.
exactly. There you go. And there are some clown school abilities regarding games of cheating and stuff like that. Um, but I guess what I was trying to say is that while I've had a path and a plan for these first few episodes, things are gonna open up after the next couple. And so I've got to, you know, uh, when I initially started this, I had the idea that hey, this is an open world. You can go wherever you want, wherever you feel like. And while that the first two choices of where to go were organic and were more uh, led by you, it's kind of after that point I sort of took the rails and twisted them a bit. And so now I'm going to try to go back to that. All right, truly, you know, let's try to do an open world tabletop RPG where instead of me pointing you where you need to go, you can wander as much as you like and explore and try to figure things out. So that is, I guess, another wish for me that I can get something satisfactory with that level of player choice and agency going.
So my stars are I really enjoyed this episode. I like the whole sort of setup of I didn't actually have any problem with how you laid into it. I felt it went pretty well.
Thank you.
You know, I know it probably felt like, oh, like, I'm trying to get this thing going and how do I get this thing going? But like, I felt like that's pretty normal for things that are like outside of,
Swing
normal
sword.
game craft, right? Like, Die has its
Yeah.
own specific set of rules, and it
Mhm.
probably doesn't normally include having your beach episode, as we put it last time.
Mhm.
But I thought it went really well. I enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
I thought it was fun to like sort of do the whole never have I ever sort of bit and the truth or dare bit. And I thought that there was some interesting revelations. Uh, Wishes. In general, nothing like really out of the episode itself really came as a wish, though
Mhm.
out of you just talking right now, I
Mhm.
I do have the little notion to say like I I'm perfectly happy to try and like, direct the game as best as possible with ourselves.
Mhm.
I just if there is a story or plot that you have in mind, I
Mhm.
don't want to be like randomly, going in directions forever and you're like, oh, they're just
Mhm.
completely missing the story or plot.
Mhm.
I don't find that very entertaining when there's games where like there's little hints to like, oh,
Mhm.
is like this story going on and you just sort of have to stumble upon it. Like
Gotcha. Okay. I will
that's not
definitely.
very fun to me
Okay.
because like then it's
I
like
Yeah. I will absolutely have signposts for you for saying, hey, here's the mission,
sure.
versus distractions. Um,
Or
s-
however you want to do it. I mean, it
yeah,
doesn't necessarily have to be signposts, just like,
yeah. But I get what you're saying is that, and that's definitely something I think of a lot, where it's like, okay, you can have this cool mystery, but you don't want to be too obtuse with it. You want it to be a mystery that is able to be solved because, there's nothing more frustrating than to me than something like that. Uh,
I
and
guess the
oh, go ahead.
the 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 wish caveat that I'll throw out, just knowing you and your creativity.
Hmm.
If you like a direction we're going and you
Hmm.
want to set aside what you're doing to go the direction that we're going, but you're
Hmm.
actually like doing something with it rather than, okay, I'm just making up as we go until I can get them to go back the direction that they were going.
Hmm.
That's a whole different thing
yeah.
than,
Right, right.
No, as long as you have like some entertaining content and have like something that you want to do with it,
Hmm.
great.
yeah.
If you're just
If
like,
you pull off the choose your own adventure where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we'll
Hmm.
set this aside and maybe we'll come back for it and maybe I'll stash it for another
sure,
game
Right, right.
because
I,
I'm loving this.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm
That's
to Taz's
very
point,
different from,
I'm very, very, I'm happy to go with that.
Nice.
what I don't want to feel like as a player is, we did something, we're now going down a wrong path, and
Mm,
it's just like we're just going in this direction
yeah.
Because
No.
eventually we'll discover that we've been walking through the desert long enough that we should turn around.
Right.
right.
Yeah. I will if instances like that happen, because I do remember you mentioning things like that in other games. Yeah, that's not my my intent is that there are no wrong directions.
Yeah.
So
And
one of my goals here is that, uh, that we're going to see all 20 sides and that there's
Well,
going
and
to
I
be
think
something
that's the
everywhere.
advantage of the game and the 20-sided die
Hmm.
is that like you have to wind up coming back to where
Yes.
you were at some point. You
Hmm.
can't just keep going off
Yep.
in a what's the word I'm looking for? A linear way in the
Right,
opposite
right,
direction of where you're supposed to be going.
right. And so
Worst case scenario, you will circle back.
yes, yes, exactly. The manual has a rough structure for Dai's campaign as being three phases of, I believe they call it discovery, interaction, and conclusion or climax, destruction. I forget exactly what it is. And 2 episodes from now. So this was episode 6, I believe. Yeah, this was episode
Something like
6.
that.
After then we'll have episode 7 and 8. Um, 8 will mark the halfway point of or I don't know about the halfway point, but it'll mark a point in, we are in phase 2.2 instead of 2.1 or 1.2 instead of 1.1. And sorry if that was a little muddled. And so it's at the thing where, okay, I've got plans for phase 3 for how to conclude this big story, but the middle is quite open and quite wandery intentionally, so, and less structured. So that's what I'm trying to
that makes
say is
sense.
that, yeah, so it's one of those where if it feels like we're going in a wrong direction, it won't be. It will circle back. We'll be able to loop. I'm not going to let you guys wander in the desert indefinitely. At the very least, something will come out of the desert, if that was to happen. So yeah, so it's that where things are going to shift, things are going to change, and we're going to keep rolling with it.
Sounds good.
So, my stars again, Phil. This was
Oh,
like well thought out.
thank you.
And then my wish is less of a wish than a reminder.
Hmm.
That when I roll across, something unfortunate happens to you, or more likely, the
Mm.
people around you. So just a
Mm.
reminder that like, and I like the way this worked, so I'm
Hmm.
not complaining at all, but I just there's both in there. I can wind up screwing up other people, which
Right.
I'm certain the other people don't love that I'm pointing out.
So what
I
could have
mean,
happened
like
then?
other people doesn't necessarily even mean just other players too.
Yes,
That's
But
true too.
yes,
I'm
and that.
not saying that he is right. We're
Mhm.
technically on the
So that's actually funny because so 2 episodes ago when you returned the dirt bike to the kid, there was absolutely a chance for that kid to have bad luck instead of good luck, and and if the dirt bike had not been returned to him, he would have turned into a Cable-esque time traveling revenge figure that would have been stalking Alan indefinitely. So so let me just say that, yeah, sometimes I'll be like, okay, yeah, here's a weird direction we could go in if roles go this way. That's fine.
yeah.
We'll
So
leave
far,
we'll leave
we've only had a short number of NPCs. Like there's that kid, but I don't know. Like now, I'm
mhm.
not even sure. Like he's a recurring. Maybe
Well,
he
no,
is.
because he did not have a grudge develop from having his dirt bike stolen from him.
Right.
That awful future was avoided.
And then
Um,
there's Droke and
Smink and Droke, yep,
Mink.
yep, the lizard men, the party hungry lizard
And
men,
there was Torchy,
Toasty.
Toasty.
And this is where I also say that well, I'm hoping that the gods of the world will continue to play a large role in the story. But yeah, he was hopefully the first of many, is what I'm trying to say. And then I mentioned a couple of NPCs in the tournament episode that didn't really have lines. Like there were the four kings that were the four sub teachers of subjects that Eamon struggled with back in his schooling days, and one was a void-faced like king of the unknown, because there was the subject that we never nailed down. There was like Spanish, physics, or maybe it was chemistry. I don't even remember. But in any case, yeah,
We can go back to it, but
yeah,
the short of it is like, yeah. I mean, kind of having ideas of like what the sides we've have had, because like I'm like, oh, like the last side wasn't even like this is technically the side we're on is the Monster Hunter side,
yeah, yeah.
right?
It's like a big old forest full of dinosaurs and monsters. Kind of, basically, yeah, a
I wonder
little.
if there's like some sort of encampment somewhere to
There's still people. This my plan originally was that this might have been the side that was okay. So this is a little post-credit scene where now that it's the next day, Smink is kind of lamenting with Roke, where he's like, oh, all right, well, we couldn't make enough fast enough to make it to the last day of Bonnarol. That's okay. We'll make it next time. The festival happens pretty regularly. Maybe we'll eventually be able to make it. On their alert system, they have a new bounty that comes up that points him that way, and he's like, "Yes, we can get in. We can get on a bounty hunter pass. We're gonna make it. We're gonna see the guy that we're excited for." I didn't come up with a name for whatever Lizard Man musical performance they're going for, but they're heading with you towards the festival, the music festival. That if again, eagle-eared listeners will remember that back in the episode 2, when you were on the hub world, you could have gone left, west, or right out, and you headed towards the tournament instead of the festival. And so now you are circling around the point, the vertice, back to the festival, and see, hopefully we'll get a glimpse into what would have happened if you'd gone the other way. So yeah.
cool.
And I don't know if anyone had anything else. That sounds like, about the time to sign off to me. Thankfully, no barking dogs to
Chew, do you have
sign us
any
out.
stars or wishes?
I don't know. Maybe ask this guy.
Just that
He's
guy.
a
Ooh,
troll.
that is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Chew
He's
is
a
holding
troll.
up a zombie dragon figuring that
Yeah, it's a green it's an old green village.
Oh, okay.
Part of the big haul that I got this week that I plan on torturing people with.
Nice.
So there we go. We have another monster for the Monster Hunter side to come out of the Monster Hunter side and come tear at them.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
this would be one of those scary ones. The
Yep.
zombie clot.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That one, which is just a pile of zombies.
That would be, instead of it being zombies, it's just all, what are the zombies of this world called again?
The Fallen.
Yeah, it's just a fallen clot.
There you go. That is wild. Yeah, that I was gonna say, if you're wishing for a fallen claw right now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I like. I would be amused to see, like, I did like the Hydra in the last one, so I'd be amused to see more
Nice.
sort of big
Yeah.
monsters and sort of continue with that Monster Hunter theme along with the other
Okay.
themes doing. It's
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Yes to the Monster Hunter theme. Yes to any excuse to bring out weird creatures. I am absolutely a fan of that. So heck yeah, we're gonna keep going with those references.
sweet.
Cool.
All right. And with that, this has been 22 Panels No More. But in the same way that the first time I tried to reduce my comic collection of Spider-Man comics, I cried I can't imagine a world without 22 panels. So we need to be 22 panels, no more.
Okay, we'll take the costume out of the garbage can. We'll put the web shooters back on, and we will see you after the next page.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.